So when we were in here last week, kind of starting into this little project, the first oak went to the ground beautifully. It wasn't leaning too hard. The second one barber chaired terribly. The barber chair happens when a brittle tree is leaning and you bring the back cut in, and there's enough hinge wood holding that the falling energy of the tree, restrained by the hinge wood, splits the tree up. It can go up high, and then when it's splitting and up in the air, it's completely unstable. Lots of guys have been killed by that. We did 2 in a row. We didn't learn from our first one. And then this right here is the second barber chair. It didn't wreck the log quite as badly. You can see it didn't go right down the middle. But this piece was left standing right here. The tree had fallen into the face, but it really was tough on that first log.
Oak trees this size, this straight, this smooth are a little hard to find around here, and when they are quarter sawn, they make a spectacularly beautiful trim lumber that I intend to use in my house. So I needed a better way. Now, I've done a lot of logging and falling of timber, softwood and hardwood, but I was frustrated for having really wrecked 2 beautiful oak logs the week before. I was on YouTube looking around for ideas, and I found some terrific videos by a tree surgeon named Daniel Murphy. If you really want to be seriously impressed by a man with skill, intelligence, and courage, watch some of his videos. Anyhow, to avoid the barber chair problem, instead of starting the back cut at the outside of the tree and cutting to the hinge wood, I plunged my saw into the tree, creating the hinge wood from the inside, and then saw my way out toward the back of the tree, so the leaning energy of the tree is released in a moment instead of gradually.
So once the face is removed, it gives the tree a place to go, obviously. I plunged the saw in right here. And then you probably noticed the next thing I did was cut off the corner of the holding wood. Now with the Douglas fir tree, you would leave this holding wood all the way across to control the hinge of the tree. But on an oak, it's so brittle that if you leave too much holding wood as it falls, it tends to split vertically up the trunk from that holding wood, particularly if it's leaning heavily. So in this case, having crippled the tree on both the sides and knowing that it was leaning into the face, I just made the back cut from the inside out, which is not typical at all, but apparently works pretty well on this oak. We got a nice clean break. It didn't pull a lot of material out of the saw log. It went where we wanted it. It was a lucky moment. So this homely stump is the workmanship of the property owner. What I brought you over here to see is something called stump pull, particularly on wood like oak, but they'll all do it. When you're coming in with a back cut, you need to be in a hurry, because as a tree starts to go, the tension that's exerted in this holding wood is astronomical and will pull these slivers out of the heart of the tree, which makes the first 3 feet of this beautiful butt cut really compromised for lumber. So this tree is different than these other 3. The main stem is about vertical, but there's 2 limbs that are hanging out that are putting a lot of weight and a lot of torque back towards the fence. We'll see how it goes. So the risk here was that needing to leave enough holding wood to control it, it would barber chair. So I came down pretty skinny on the holding wood here. There was a lot here because it was tending to lean to the right. And then as it started to go, I bored in and cut off as much of that heartwood as I could to minimize the stump pull. Made it.